أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له. وأشهد أن محمدًا عبده ورسوله صلوات الله والسلام عليه. أما بعد فإن خير الكلام كلام الله وخير الهدى هدى رسول الله صلوات الله والسلام عليه تسليما كثيرا. وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. Today, inshallah, Azawajal, we want to deal with an ayah from the book of Allah Ta'ala in preparation for the month of Ramadan. But looking even beyond the month of Ramadan, the benefits of this particular ayah are from the asas that the Muslim stands upon in his deen and his comprehension of the deen of Allah Azawajal. And there's a statement that Allah Ta'ala mentioned and described some of the believers, and He said about them, وَالَّذِينَ يُؤْتُونَ مَا آتَوْا وَقُلُوبُهُمْ وَجِلَةٌ أَنَّهُمْ إِلَى رَبِّهِمْ رَاجِعُونَ. Those people who do the things that they do, and their hearts are in a state of fear as a result of what they did, because they know that they're going to return to their Lord. Again, the ayah, those people from the believers, they do the things that they do. And after doing those things, they are afraid. Their hearts are wajila. They are afraid and terrified because they know that they're going to go back to their Lord. Our mother Aisha radiallahu anha, who was from the ulama of the companions, although she was a woman, she said, Ya Rasulullah, aha'ula'i هم الذين يشربون الخمر ويسرقون. Is this ayat, Ya Rasulullah, talking about the people from Al-Islam who they drink khamr and they steal? Muslims who, when they commit zina, they eat qat, they don't pray, they don't wear hijab, they do different dhunub and ma'asi. They make mistakes. And after making that mistake, they remember Allah. And then they become afraid as a dalil of their iman. Is Allah praising those people who make mistakes and their hearts are afraid? The Nabi told her, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, la ya bint as-siddiq, walakin hum alladhina yasumun wa yusallun wa yatasaddaqun wa yakhshawna an la yutaqabbal minhum ulaika alladhina yusari'una fil khayrat. This ayah is not talking about the Muslims who make mistakes. The ayah is talking about the Muslims who they fast, they pray, they give sadaqah, and they're afraid because they don't know, is Allah going to accept from them all of those efforts that they made? The Shaykh just made the adhan. Is Allah going to accept that ibadah yawm al-qiyamah? أطول الناس أعناقا عند الله تعالى Al-Mu'adhinun, the people who make the adhan, they will have the longest necks Yawm al-Qiyamah. Meaning, people are going to be up to their knees in sweat, up to their hips in sweat, up to their chest in sweat, up to their necks in sweat. They'll be immersed in sweat. So that Mu'adhin's neck is going to be longer. And beware, and we're going to come to this individual, beware of that Muslim who says, a long neck, a human being with a giraffe neck, and he makes istihza about the hadith and the religion because he's a modernist. That adhan of that man, that mu'adhin, is it going to be accepted by Allah? He makes the adhan and he's afraid, he doesn't know. The khatib, he makes the khutbah, is it going to be accepted? Reminding people about Allah, reading ayat and ahadith, even if he's telling the truth. Is it going to be accepted? Your Jumma, is it going to be accepted? Allah Azza wa Jalla, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam told Aisha, it's not the people who make mistakes. Because it is a good characteristic if a person does something and he makes a mistake, that he has fear that Allah Azza wa Jalla is going to punish him. But that ayat didn't mean that. The Nabi told her, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The ayat is talking about those people who they do good deeds and they don't know whether or not the good deed is going to be accepted by Allah Azza wa Jalla. One of the many benefits of this ayat and the tafsir of this ayat, ikhwan, connected to Ramadan and connected to the whole deen of Islam, is it goes to show that we are in dire need of the sunnah. We're in dire need of the hadith of the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam to understand this religion. There are some people, they think and they call themselves Muslims. They attach to themselves the name the Quraniyun. They say, just give me the Quran. I don't care. That hadith could be inside Bukhari and Muslim. Muttafiq alayh. But the hadith, there are mistakes. Some are hadith that are da'if, some are authentic, some are makdhuba. Just give me the hadith and the Quran and that's it. And the Nabi prophesied about that. And he told the people sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, لا يتكين أحدكم على أريكته يأتيه أمر مما أمرت به أو نهيت عنه فيقول علينا بكتاب الله. Don't relax, you Abdullah. Relax, Shab'an, you're full. Because you didn't make jihad to spread this religion like Abu Hurairah and Abu Bakr and Uthman. You didn't do any of that. Don't relax, Abdullah, who's taking his religion for granted. You relax on your couch and someone comes to you with a hadith and you say to him, hey, leave me from this hadith. Just give me the Quran and that's enough. The Nabi said, don't be like that. As if he knew, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, through revelation, that there would be some people who just say, it's just the hadith. It's just the sunnah. You cannot understand and you can't practice this religion without the sunnah. The dalil is this ayah and this hadith. Aisha radiallahu anha, as I mentioned, she was from the ulama of the companions, and she was from the uqala of the companions, and she knew the Arabic language better than everybody in this masjid combined. Radiallahu anha. And she read the ayat, and the ayat, when you look at it, الَّذِي يَتَبَادِرْ إِلَى الذِّهْنِ. It's not complicated. Those people, they make mistakes, and they are afraid of Allah. That was understanding. And part of the ayat does mean that. It could mean that. But that wasn't the ayat that the Nabi gave her the tafsir of, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Which goes and shows again, the Muslim cannot and will not know how to fast if it wasn't for the sunnah. If you put a man on an island and you gave him the Quran, and he was a qari, and he was mujawwid, and that individual, he was mutqin in the Quran, and he knew the 7 qira'at so good that if you told him the last place in the Quran where Allah said, Wallahu Ghafurur Rahim, where's the next ayat? He doesn't hesitate. He'll read that next ayat because he's so strong in the hifz of the Quran. And he'll read it in one of the 7 qira'at. You put him on an island and you tell him practice Islam, fast in Ramadan. And then you take another man and you put him on another island and you give him the authentic sunnah. And you tell that individual, hey, now you practice Islam. That one over there with that sunnah, he's going to practice Islam more complete than the one with the Quran. And both of them have to remain together. The Quran is explained by the sunnah of the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, as Allah Azza wa Jalla mentioned in the Quran, وَأَنزَلْنَا إِلَيْكَ الذِّكْرَ لِتُبَيِّنَ لِلنَّاسِ مَا نُزِّلَ إِلَيْهِمْ وَلَعَلَّهُمْ يَتَفَكَّرُونَ. We reveal to you this remembrance, Ya Muhammad, so that you and your sunnah can explain to them what is this book saying, and in the hopes that they will reflect. So the first point is to warn the Muslims. You want to fast Ramadan? We could come here and talk about the ahkam of Ramadan, how to take sahur, how to break your fast, who has to fast, who doesn't have to fast. But if there's a person in this audience who doesn't know the importance of the sunnah and the role that it plays in fasting in this religion, your fast, what's the benefit of your fast? What is the benefit of that particular fast? Don't be of those people who come and say, it's just the sunnah. Someone he doesn't do. For example, Raf'ul Yadayn. He doesn't do this, he doesn't do that. You bring him the sunnah. He says, it's just the sunnah. My madhab didn't say it. My imam didn't say it. My father didn't teach me that. The Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was approached by an older man. He said, Ya Rasulullah, is it permissible for me to kiss my wife while I'm fasting? He said, yes. Another man came and asked the same question. Can I kiss my wife while I'm fasting? He said, no. Our mother Aisha radiallahu anha, she saw both of those situations. She wasn't like some of the Muslims today. This hadith is saying yes, and that hadith is saying no. She had a minhaj ilmi. She has since to know if both of these hadith are authentic, one is saying this and one is saying that, then there must be a plausible reason. I have to go and check and see, what did the ulama say about this particular issue? Maybe that's nasikh, maybe that's mansukh. Has to be some reason. She wasn't like the Muslim today. Leave me from these hadith. This is the problem with the hadith. This one is saying that, this one is saying that. Whereas the Quran is from Allah. أَفَلَا يَتَدَبَّرُونَ الْقُرْآنِ وَلَوْ كَانَ مِنْ عِنْدِ غَيْرِ اللَّهِ لَوَجَدُوا فِي اخْتِلَافٍ كَثِيرًا. If this Quran was not from Allah, there would have been much ikhtilaf. One ayat is saying this, another one is saying that, another one, like the hadith. So he says, leave me from those hadith. Just give me the Quran. She wasn't like that. She went and she practiced the ayat, فَاسْأَلُوا أَهْلَ الذِّكْرِ إِن كُنتُمْ لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. She went to the Nabi and said, Ya Rasulullah, that man came and you said yes. That man came and you said no. Why did you do that? She didn't say, I have a PhD, I'm from America, I'm living in the UK. She didn't say that. She was humble. Not like the Muslim today. لا يتكين أحدكم شبعان على أريكته. Don't sit back. We didn't do a fraction of what those companions did in terms of carrying this risala and this religion. So now, 1,435 years after the hijrah, it's easy for any Muslim to sit back and to say what he wants to say. He told her, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, ya Aisha, that first man, he was a sheikh. He was old in his age. And the other one, he was a shab. He was young. So this one I saw, ra'aytuhu amlaku li nafsihi. He had more strength over himself. He was in more control. So therefore, in the month of Ramadan or outside of the month of Ramadan, if a man is married and he's older, it's permissible for him to kiss his wife. It doesn't break his fast. As for the youngster, he shouldn't do it. Some of the ulama of Islam even said it is makruh for the youngster to get married out of fear he may fall into something because he can't control himself in the month of Ramadan. Not haram, but dislike. In the month of Ramadan, the person comes and says, kissing breaks your fast. Look at the hadith and look at the incident. So the real point and the emphasis here is, how did Aisha deal with this situation? Every year we have to, in the city of Coventry, London, Birmingham, all over the world, we have to deal with this issue of starting Ramadan as a community. There are going to always be those people who start on one day, and then the people who start the next day. And the Eid is going to be on one day, and then the Eid for others on the next day. Some of our community members, because of the jahl, we don't like ikhtilaf. Islam is against ikhtilaf when it doesn't have to be there. But there's a type of ikhtilaf that can't be helped. There's an ikhtilaf that happens because the situation could be understood that way. Some of the companions during the time of the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they began fasting on that day, and others began on that day because both of them had proofs. Both of them. Those over there, they said, we have to see the moon for ourselves. We have to see the moon for ourselves. And those over there said, if someone sees the moon, it's enough for us. Don't be like that Muslim who comes and says, you see these hadith, the sunnah, this is the problem. Certain ikhtilaf, the religion of Islam shows us how to deal with it. From the benefit of this incident and this ayat, from the benefit of it is, just as Ummatul Islam, as we embark upon the month of Ramadan, this khutbah extends beyond Ramadan. It's your religion, the asas of your religion. You have to have a minhaj. We are not kuffar. We're not Jews, Christians. We're not Hindus or Sikhs who don't know what they're doing, making up stuff. We have a religion that was revealed by Allah Azza wa Jal, a kitab. وَتَمَّتْ كَلِمَةُ رَبِّكَ صِدْقًا وَعَدْلًا. This religion has been complete with truthfulness and justice. It's not for any Abu Bakr and Zayd to come and to be aggressive and liberal. Open up that Quran and this religion. Halal, haram, kafir, jihad. That's not the religion of Islam. It's bigger than that. Some people, if the noon is sakin, if it fell on his head, he wouldn't know this is noon sakin. And yet he comes and says, jihad, kafir, haram, halal. He doesn't even know noon sakin. The second point of the hadith, this incident, just as we need the sunnah to explain that Quran, we need the companions of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to explain that Quran and to understand this religion. Everybody here, I would suggest, I would think, everybody believes in Allah, inshallah. Everyone makes ta'zeem of Allah. Everybody here, inshallah. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam brought a religion placing emphasis on the tawheed of Allah, the ta'zeem of Allah. Everybody here believes in that Quran and the azam of the Quran, inshallah. Everybody. He picks up that Quran and he does like Mujahid used to do, the tabi'i. He said before reading the Quran, Kitabu Rabbi, and he would kiss the Quran out of respect. ذَلِكَ وَمَنْ يُعَظِّمْ شَعَائِرَ اللَّهِ إِنَّهَا مِنْ تَقْوَى الْقُلُوبِ. So he says, Kitabu Rabbi. Everybody here is like that, inshallah. And Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the Rasul of Allah who brought that Quran, was revealed on him. Everybody except Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That's not enough. We have to go a step further. The fourth one is Allah, His kalam that's not created and is greater than any creation, including Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and then Rasulullah who is created. But he's the best of Allah's creation. He's the best. After that, you can't understand Islam. You can't practice Islam without those companions. And you have to get your head around that. As a Muslim, you have to look at those companions not just as personalities and names. They are part of this religion. A proof of that is this incident. How are we going to know the meaning of the ayah? وَالَّذِينَ يُؤْتُونَ مَا آتُوا وَقُلُوبُهُمْ وَجِلَةٌ أَنَّهُمْ إِلَى رَبِّهِمْ رَاجِعُونَ. How will we know the real meaning of the ayah if it wasn't for what Aisha said? If it wasn't for the incident with Aisha? How are we going to know that the older man can kiss his wife while he's fasting and the younger one shouldn't kiss his wife while he's... How are we going to know that? Nobody here prayed behind the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Nobody here saw the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Everybody here knows the Mahdi, the Mahdi al-Muntadhir. Not the Mahdi of Iran, not that one, Khurafat, Kufr and Shirk. I'm talking about the Mahdi, the Mahdi. If he were to come back today, he's going to put a sulh in the earth and an adl in the earth. Al-Iraq, Afghanistan, Somalia, Kashmir, Palestine, Egypt, everywhere in the earth, America, the UK, he's going to put sulh. It's going to be peace in this whole earth. Bi-idhnillah. I tell you, part of our religion and our aqidah about those companions is that that companion who came to the Prophet's masjid and he urinated in the masjid, akramakumullah. That companion, that lady that committed zina, she committed adultery and she was stoned to death. Both of them are better than the Mahdi. If a person was a companion, no one else can catch up to him. No one else. The Prophet told the people sallallahu alaihi wasallam, لا تسبوا أصحابي فوالذي نفسي بيده لو أنفق أحدكم مثل أحد ذهب ما بلغ مد أحدهم ولا نصيفا. And the Mahdi is from those people. Meaning, he came after the companions. If the Mahdi or any human being spend all of that money or whatever they did, you will never reach the issue of as-suhbah. So we need those companions to understand this religion. Look what happened. And to understand this Quran. The Muslims after the time of the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam were fighting. Some kuffar, they were fighting. But the kuffar were in a fortress and the Muslims couldn't get in. The companions couldn't get in. A group of them said, look, let's just go and throw ourselves over and we'll open up the door and then the others are going to come in. And they did that without telling the other Muslims. So they went and they did it. And it was clear, they knew once they did that, they were going to be killed. They knew that. But they had a class. They need sacrifices. People today, Allah told us, make salat in the masjid, salat al-fajr. The best salat that you can make is the Friday prayer in this masjid. We can't do that. We can't do that. Allah commanded, do little things, small things. Connect yourself to my book. Learn it, learn how to read it. Small things. Woman, Muslim woman, just wear hijab properly. Hey, Muslim woman, don't pluck your eyebrows. That's a kabira from the kaba'ir. The Nabi said, La'an Allah an-namisa wal-mutanammisa. May Allah curse the lady who plucks people's eyebrows or she gets it done. So Islam is telling me, hey, Abu Usamah, stop your wife from doing that. And I'm going to eat a lot of food and sit back. Haram, halal, jihad, khilafah. No, these people, they were serious. They went in and they were killed, but they opened up the door and the other Muslims came in and killed those people and overwhelmed the enemy. After that happened, some of the Muslims, they said, why did they do that? They committed suicide, and Allah said in the Quran, وَلَا تُلْقُوا بِأَيْدِيكُمْ مِنَ التَّهْلُكَةِ. Don't destroy yourselves with your own hands. That ayat can mean don't smoke. That ayat can mean don't commit suicide. That ayat can mean don't marry a lady who was in Jahiliyyah. She's not a virgin without getting checked. Without getting a medical check. She may have a problem. He may have a problem. He was with other people. That ayat can mean a lot of things. That ayat can mean don't drive very fast without paying attention to the law, without putting your seatbelt on. The ayat can mean a lot. But one of the people said, these people committed suicide, and Allah said, and he read that ayat. The companion Abu Ayyub al-Ansari said, "Bi'sa ma qult." What a terrible thing you said. That ayat doesn't mean that. Look at the companion. That ayat doesn't mean that. The way you nazzalt al-ayat ala ha'ula'i la kuntab. It's not right what you said. He said, I know what that ayat was revealed for. He said that ayat was revealed because we, the Ansar and the Muhajirin, when we came and we were in Medina and Islam first started, we didn't have a lot of money, but we used to spend fi sabilillah without ever stopping. Anytime the Nabi came and said, give fi sabilillah, we need this, we need that, we need this, we need that, we used to come with the little that we had and we gave our money. But then when Islam started spreading at the end of the life of the Prophet and money started coming, people started loving the dunya and they started having shuh. So Allah revealed the ayah telling people, don't destroy yourselves by not spending. Don't destroy yourself by being bakhil. So the point here is, look at the understanding of the ayat of the companion and the understanding of the ayat of the people who were not companions. This ummah needs those companions to understand the religion of Islam. And for that reason, Ikhwani, you find that the ulama of the past, like Al-Imam al-Bukhari, they understood this. It is a basic principle in the religion of Islam, the religion of the Muslim. Basic principle. Those companions, Ikhwani, those companions, anybody who you see coming saying Abu Bakr and Umar are homosexuals and kuffar, that's something to make your hat pop off your head. I don't say that, I don't believe that. But I come in a place in Pakistan, that's where I come from. And some of my relatives are on that. Okay? Wallahi, you people can't marry into my family, and I will never give you my daughter. Abu Bakr and Umar, Aisha committed zina, that's what you believe? Hassan Nasrallah from Beirut, he talks, and when he talks, he curses the companions. But because lack of knowledge in our ummah, lack of knowledge, a monster like that can curse Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman, but it appears he's fighting the Jews, so as a Muslim I say, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. That man said something about Aisha, like I told you, make the hat pop off. If the Muslim had Aqidah, if he knew his religion, if he knew the position of those companions, and Imam al-Bukhari, he used to rely on the tafsir of Mujahid. Mujahid is from the Tabi'een, he's not from a companion, but Mujahid said, I learned the Quran. I went over the Quran 17 times with Ibn Abbas. Each time I would say about every ayah, what does this one mean? Where was it revealed? 17 times. So Imam Sufyan al-Thawri, Sufyan ibn Sa'id ibn Masruq al-Thawri, Amir al-Mu'minin fil Hadith, he said, if the tafsir of Mujahid comes to you, take it and hold on to it. Why? Because of his connection to that companion. Abdullah bin Mas'ud said about those companions, كان الرجل منا إذا حفظ 10 آيات من كتاب الله لم يتجاوزهن حتى يعرف معانيهن. One of us companions, if we memorize 10 ayat, we wouldn't go beyond that 10th one until we understood the meaning of those 10. Those were the men of this ummah who, as I mentioned to you, in order to understand this religion, practice this religion, Ramadan, Hajj, Salat, Aqidah, Jihad, all of that. Those people, radiyallahu anhum, they play a significant role. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم ونسأل الله تعالى التوفيق والسداد. Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulillah. Khwani, the time just went by. But there's a critical point that I want to share with you, the last benefit of this ayat. And it really deserved the whole khutbah. But being a person who wants to be on the minhaj of Salafi. Salafi meaning what the companions were doing, that's all. What the companions were upon. Understanding Islam the way those companions did. Quran and the Sunnah the way those companions. Not some group with some sheikh over me or secretary or something. Because of that I had to mention those first 2 points. But this point is critical with Ramadan coming. This point shows us, this ayah shows us, no one should act as if what you're doing, you're going to have your deeds accepted. You shouldn't act like that. Don't be of those people. Allah Ta'ala mentioned, أَفَأَمِنُوا مَكْرَ اللَّهِ فَلَا يَأْمَنُ مَكْرَ اللَّهِ إِلَّا الْقَوْمُ الْخَاسِرُونَ. Are they secure from the plan of Allah? Do they feel safe and secure that you're a Muslim, your name is Ghulayd and Ahmed and Bilal, Sharifa, Fatima, and you're going to go to Jannah? Are they sure and secure? Whatever they do, fast, I'm okay, I did some tarawih. This ayah goes to show that the real mu'mineen are those people who do what they do and they're afraid. Maybe Allah didn't accept it. There are a number of ayat of the Quran, ikhwani, and ahadith that warn us about doing ibadat and doing deeds and actions, and we do them the wrong way, or you're doing something that will destroy them, or you're not doing something that you should be doing that will destroy your actions. There are a lot of ayat. Look at the fast of Ramadan. The Nabi told the people sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, مَنْ لَمْ يَدَعْ قَوْلَ الزُّورِ وَالْعَمَلَ بِهِ فَلَيْسَ لِلَّهِ حَاجَةٌ فِي أَنْ يَدَعْ طَعَامَهُ وَشَرَابَهُ. Anyone who doesn't abandon lying, الزور, you're lying. رُبَّ الصَّائِمِ لَيْسَ لَهُ مِنْ صِيَامِهِ إِلَّا الْجُوعُ وَالْعَطِشِ. It may be that a person is fasting, he gets no benefit, but he made himself hungry and thirsty. Because he's fasting, but look how he's acting. That's not the fast of Islam. That Bedouin came into the masjid. He prayed 2 rakat very quickly. The Prophet was sitting there very quickly, no discipline, looking all over the place. He came, Salaam alaikum ya Rasulullah, wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah, irja' fasalli, fa innaka lam tusalli. Go back and pray, because you didn't pray. In his head, he prayed. In his head, he fasted. In his head, hey, I work for the masjid. I work for the masjid. My money, my check comes to me from the masjid. If I go to the masjid at the end of the month and I get my check, work 40 hours, they're paying me for 20 hours, that's all. I'm going to lift that chair up, the desk. Where's my money? I'm going to do that in the masjid. And you're going to do that with your job as well. Why? Because I didn't work all that time to be playing around. You're going to steal my money? What about your deeds Yawm al-Qiyamah? What about fasting 29 days? 29 days only to come Yawm al-Qiyamah and your fast is nothing. Nothing. So look at all of those ayat. We don't have time. وَقَدِّمْنَا إِلَى مَا عَمِلُوا مِنْ عَمَلٍ فَجَعَلْنَاهُ هَبَاءً مَنْثُورًا. We're going to bring their deeds Yawm al-Qiyamah and we're going to make them scattered particles. Nothing. Allah Ta'ala mentioned in the Quran, وَلَا تَكُونُوا كَالَّتِي نَخَدَتْ غَزْلَهَا مِنْ بَعْدِ قُوَّةٍ أَنْكَاثًا. Don't be like the lady, she knitted, you know, the long stick, you crochet a sweater. It's meticulous, it's difficult. It took 2 months, took 3 weeks, she knitted. After she got it finished, Allah said, don't be like the lady who knitted it, then she ripped it apart. After all of that work, she just ripped it apart. How did she rip it apart? She ripped it apart because the Prophet said, ثَلَاثَ يُصَلُّونَ لِلَّهِ لَا تَتَجَاوَزْ صَلَاتُهُمْ حَنَاجِرُهُمْ. There are 3 people who pray to Allah in Ramadan, outside of Ramadan. Fast in Ramadan, outside. They pray to Allah, 3 people. He said, their salat won't reach their throats. The first person he mentioned, a lady who's disrespectful to her husband. She's doing something that destroys her deeds. She's fasting the month of Ramadan and she's nasty. She's not thankful. She's disrespectful. She doesn't listen. So she has iman. She's doing these, but she doesn't know. She doesn't know. Is my Ramadan going to be accepted? Now the person who's sitting there with that type of wife, he may say, Alhamdulillah, hope she's listening. Alhamdulillah, hope she hears that. What about the hadith? ثلاثة لا يتقبل الله تعالى منهم صرفا ولا عدل. أول من ذكر منهم عاقل والدين. 3 people. 3 people. Allah won't accept from them their wajib deeds of Ramadan, or other than that, or their sunnah deeds. And the first one he mentioned is the one who is disrespectful to his parents. So we can be doing deeds, innovation, shirk, kufr, all kinds of issues. A person is fasting, praying, making efforts, and his deeds are not being accepted. So that's one of the tremendous benefits of that particular ayat, Ummatul Islam. Let us, inshallah, Azza wa Jal, have ikhlas to Allah Azza wa Jal. Hey, I gotta finish. This came to my mind because I wanted to do this, but I felt it was gonna waste time, and I needed the time. On the Kutbah al-Jumma, there are some adab. There are adab that we need to learn. If you learn about the adab of the Jumma, you can get a lot of rewards. A lot of rewards. And if you don't know the adab of the Jumma, a lot of rewards will just be passing you by. And from those rewards, when you come from that adab, don't sit in the back when you come to the masjid. The Nabi said anybody who makes a ghusl, he puts on clothes, he puts on perfume, he comes to the masjid, and he fills in the spaces without breaking people, without cutting people. The Prophet said, for every right step is a hasana, for every left step is a sayyah. Why would you go to the back? And I don't mean to be down on you like that. The point is, we are in need. Everybody is in need of the deeds. The ones that we do, we don't even know if they're going to be accepted. So why be muqassir, muhmil, kaslan concerning the ibadat? Let us learn our religion and make that jihad. As the Prophet said in Mujahid, man jahada nafsuhu fi dhatillah. We ask Allah Ta'ala to establish our feet firmly upon the Kitab and the Sunnah. And to make us of those people are the Ansar of the Sunnah. And that He makes of those people a truthful in word and deed. And that the companions become beloved to us. We ask Allah Ta'ala as we navigate in this country and our religion to guide us on the Sirat al-Mustaqim, to make us balanced upon that Sirat, and to forgive us for all our mistakes and indiscretions. Aqim as-salat yarhamakumullah.